Say you're married and you have a spouse and you have a kid. And all of a sudden, you're assigned to a new project at work and you meet this nice person who's single, right? And you work very well as a team. So now you're good teammates. And then you start sharing a little bit about personal life and you realize that you're similar. Or you actually are able to be respectful to each other because you met in a place where respect was required. It's at work, right? And you start to confuse the team and respect, liking, attachment for each other to be love. You start thinking, is it love? Because it doesn't happen just like that. One day you have to think like that, right? And if you don't have a good answer, you say, must be love. But if you have the thinking I'm giving you right now is that how can this relationship be good for my current spouse and my child? How can it be good for them that I left my current spouse and took you as my new spouse, and then 2 years from now, I meet another person and then I drop you and I take how can that be good for you in the long run? Because my definition of love is I look at the tail. I saw the tail here. I didn't see if there's an actual comet there and I decided it must be love. It's not love. That's lust. Or that's just a friendship where you are trying to consume more than the friendship offers. Meaning, you're trying to consume protein from a fruit. It doesn't exist. You eat an apple, and apple is carbs, sugar, some minerals, iron. There's no protein. It's not a sustainable relationship. You live on apples alone. Yeah? And especially if you're the personality who can discard an existing relationship just like that. Right? Because love needs to be fueled. It needs effort to keep it going. So instead of you putting fuel into this relationship, you should be putting fuel into that relationship, which already exists, where you need to elevate and be able to see in all your spouse's actions, which are designed to help you or your kid. It's not just duty. It's love. And you have to consume it. And then you'll say, then when another person has a good team relationship at work, you'll say, yeah, that's a good team relationship. We're done. Because I'm already getting, I have the ability to see real love and I'm seeing it here. And because I'm giving it also in return and I'm communicating, they're also eating it. And because my giving is so selfless, we are both going to evolve slowly. Okay. That's where your effort needs to be, because that's good for everybody in the long run, especially your child, in this example. Right? Okay. Right? Which means don't get confused by the fumes, gas. That's the tail. Right? Don't make tail your end method of this criteria for deciding whether there is love or not. Okay? All right. Another example I want to give you, because this may not land, is wherever the head goes, meaning wherever the comet goes, wherever the real love goes, the tail follows. Tail is what looks good, feels good. Emotions are feelings that feel good when you are able to nurture true love, which has the language of sacrifice and an ability to see actions that are being done that are good for you, your family, etc. Right? When you can have that elevation to see those things, then it generates a whole bunch of good feelings coming out of that same mind that was trying to hijack you. Right? But if your muscle is stronger, now you can enjoy these feelings without them hijacking you. That is your right relationship with your mind. Intellect on top, your true self on top, mind below. So the second analogy is my emotion or mind is like fire. Fire is a good slave, but a bad master. So if you put your mind on top, put the intellect below, all your data is now corrupt. It's false data. Your understanding of everything in your life is now off by some percentages, starting at 100 to 1. Depending on you, right? But you're off. It's a bad master. If the fire is in charge, your house will burn. If your fire is a good slave, you can cook on it and then switch it off. That's the relationship. I must have the muscle to switch it off, switch it on. Use it. Enjoy it. But never put it in charge. So that's it. Okay. All right.
And that can be practiced in everyday life.
You must, but this imagery that I'm giving you helps you see that, oh my God, emotion is just a commentary. You have to listen to this one more than once because this is dense for if it's new to you. Emotion is just commentary. It is not the reality. And I need to question. Is that true? What are the reasons why that would be true? Give me 3 good reasons why I should like this person. 3 good reasons why I should hate this person. Have I seen their intention? Relationships are built on understanding other people's intention, not their action. That's a whole different... When we talk about karma and action, we'll talk about intention. But here it applies. Meaning, if a person is doing a bunch of nice things for you, it could be transactional love. Or not love, just transaction. They're pleasing you because they want something in return. And if you misinterpret that to be love, then you just, took your sailboat on a freeway. It will not go.
Not the right place.
No, wrong medium, right?
Yes.
Or you took you think you're driving on a freeway, but you're on a little road. Same problem, right? If you think someone who's being nice to you on a transactional level is actually loving you selflessly, they're not. They could be, but if you're desperate inside you, nobody's being nice to me, or that person's nice to me, that's the only person that's nice, they must love me. No, don't have, what I call it.
It's a transaction, right?
Yeah, no, your logic is reductional. Nobody else is nice to me. There's the only person nice to me. Therefore, it must be love. No, love is love. Transaction is transaction. Nobody's nice to you, meaning something else is really wrong with you. Go fix that. And it's very simple. Be nice to other people. Be nice means be generous, right? But be fair. Don't be transactional people. Don't become a transactional person, my point. Other people could be transactional. That's their business. You should have an internal goal to be a fair person. Then you'll find that things are good. Okay? All right. So you're trying to look for the right kind of, now this last point here, the thing that helps you, that gets chiseled away inside you as you elevate is your identity definition to yourself. Because remember we said, what is love? Me being able to identify with the object of my love. So my self-definition of my identity needs to become chiseled until it becomes the right thing without the fluff. So that is what your elevation goal is. As you elevate, your identity becomes smaller and more accurately you, and doesn't carry all this fluff. Oh, I'm the person who wears these colors, who drives this car, who has, these likes and these dislikes. That's not your identity. That's just memory you picked up along the way. Your true identity is your ability to see the comet without a tail. That's a better identity than I'm the kind of, I walk like this. I wear these colors. I'm from this background. Meaningless. That's not your true identity. That's just,
like you said, fluff.
Yeah, it's color you picked up along the way, right? Yeah. So as your identity definition becomes clearer, your ability to be one with the things you love becomes stronger, because you're not having to match all this fluff. Because the fluff is getting in the way of you identifying.